All right, Matt, what is the best part about your job?
The people I work with, by far and away. What makes Rev so special are the people I get to work with.
What irritates the shit out about the people that you work
Man, there is a lot that I've run across. One is that sales requires a tremendous work ethic. You got to be able to go and work incredibly hard. Sales don't just happen, and I think everybody loves the closing of the deals and the commission and blah blah blah. But it takes a lot of effort to go and build that pipeline and being maniacal every day about building that pipeline. And then the other one is you always put yourself before the customer and the company. Customer first, then company, then yourself. And the minute that gets out of whack and you start thinking about your commission more than what's right for the customer, and most importantly, what's right for your customer, your prospect, you're done. So it's always your customer, then the company, then yourself.
I hear funnel first. Awesome. I looked at your LinkedIn profile. I see that you have been the CRO for a couple of top-notch SaaS firms in the Valley. But before all this started, Matt, what was your first job?
My first job was a sixth grade social studies teacher in San Antonio, Texas.
Wow. And how did that transition happen? Like from a primary school teacher to leading some of the top-notch companies in the Valley. You're a CRO for a large firm. How did that happen? How did you make
Well,
that?
early on, some of my friends from college, when I went out to after graduating, after when I started becoming a sixth grade social studies teacher, my friends started a web design company, which then turned into Rackspace as a web hosting company. And
Yeah.
my buddy Pat, who was one of the founders, tried to recruit me over, and he said, "Well, come on over and join Rackspace." And I said, "Well, I don't know anything that you guys are doing. I don't understand this whole technology thing. And what would I do for you?" And he
Yeah.
looked at me and he said, "Well, Matt, you do sales." And I was almost like offended. I was like, I've got a master's degree. I'm not a dirty salesperson, whatsoever. And I'll always remember Pat said, "Matt, every day you're selling kids on why they need to go and learn social studies. You already know how to go and say and sell. Come on over and join, work with a bunch of your friends, and actually go and get paid for it." So the way that Pat was able to go and show me that I was already doing sales, I just didn't realize it, made it an easy transition.
Oh, awesome. So once you joined Rackspace and once you joined your buddy Pat, what did you realize what your superpower really is? It wasn't clearly teaching sixth grade students.
Well, one of the things that I've always prided myself on is just building relationships with people.
Mhm.
And I love building relationships with my coworkers, with our partners, with our customers. That's the fun part of it is building these great relationships and showing that you've got a solution that can really go and be impactful and solve their problems. And I was tremendously proud to be part of that Rackspace family. Learned a ton when I was there, but really what it was all about was just building great relationships with everybody that I work with.
Perfect. Last question to you. One advice that you would give to everybody out there who are trying to break into SaaS sales this year in 2024.
Well, going back, you're going to have to work hard. It's not easy, and it is a true profession, and you've got to be dedicated to that profession. You don't just show up. You got to train. You've got to practice. And then, the other thing that I would say is, it's not about you. It's not about your company. It's about, can you solve the problems of your customers and prospects, and always focus on that. Too many sales reps want to go and start conversations by telling you how wonderful they are and how wonderful their company is. Our company's this big and we've been around for this long. We raised this much money and blah 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 blah. Get out of your own way. Customers don't care. Prospects don't care. What they care about is, do you have a solution that can go and solve their problems, and focus all your questions around that.
100% I agree. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Thank you so much, Matthew, for doing this today with me. Lastly, how much fun it's been talking to me right now.
It's been a great way to go and start my Monday morning.